Hi guys, what's up? I hope you guys are doing okay. Let me start. I was drawing, so I still need to rearrange a foot on the character. That's okay. Okay. So, team Persona 4 Arena Ultimates. Hold on.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの協力でお送りするであります。
That was Zygus. Yokuroki-de. Okay.
ペルソナ4 The Ultimax ウルトラスープレックスホールド。
What did I say? It's Zygus. And I'm actually doing her story mode. No. Did it wrong. So let's continue with Igus. Let's continue with her.
やるな。いい試合だった。
試合って。
Hold on. It was nice to see you, Aki, but I think I did it wrong. Yeah, I did the wrong one. There we go. The next day, May 2nd, 2012. We wanted to pursue the vehicle carrying Leverus as soon as the hijacking was over, but it's complicated. But it's the complicated route made in the hard track. Due to the sensitive nature of the cargo, it is difficult to set up a large-scale traffic checkpoints. Fortunately, the license plate number was determined quickly, and we got a rough estimate of its destination. Our headquarters were moved to the police facility. Our headquarters were moved to the police facility. Misuro-san and our team are sorting out the situation to plan for an operation.
逮捕された犯人グループの取り調べは
始まっています。しかし現状、全員が犯行時の記憶のひどい混濁を主張していて、鑑定に回されるようです。健康状態の確認で接見した医師の所見では、虚言ではない可能性があると。
5人揃って犯行時の記憶だけか。
無論普通は考えられません。何らかの精神的処置かもしれませんが、だとしても一般的な方法では。
エルゴ系の異物を狙ってくる相手だ。精神やシャドウといったものに当然精通しているだろう。不思議はない。むしろそう考えれば捨て身のおとり行為を実行した経緯もうなずける。他に分かっていることは？
Another team member answers Misuro-san's question.
ご式の格納刑事は大型でセダンでは運べません。そこで事件発生から警察による全車点検開始までの間に空港を出た車を大型車に絞ってチェックしました。例の立ち会い人の少年の目撃情報や発信機とも合わせ当該車両をほぼ特定。 すでに警察が N システムによる追跡を行っており、最新の撮影画像がこれです。
He hands the tablet to Mitsuru-san.
稲橋方面。確かここは。
ええ。去年の基礎調査でシャドウ事案発生の疑いがレベル4と報告されていた場所です。
It seems that the culprit is. It seems that the culprit in this case had a prior knowledge of shadows after all. Could it be Adachi? If that is true, we must use extra caution. Many people do not know about shadows, though they are enough of a threat to possibly destroy the world. Then again, I experienced that for myself 3 years ago. If someone is trying to manipulate them, we must prevent it at all costs.
奪われた5式の情報についても共有しておこう。アイギスが7式ということは姉に当たるわけか。
姉？姉さん。
封印扱いになっていた理由も知りたい。
対シャドウ特別制圧兵装5式ラビリス。記録では人造人格の初搭載モデルですね。
つまり心があると。
そう呼べるほどのものだったかどうか、実践用というより稼働データ収集用のテストベッドだったようです。
戦闘能力はどうだ？
制御精度が低く下記の装備は見送られたようですが、代わりに何か特殊な装備を搭載したとの記録が。残念ながら資料が欠損していて詳細は不明です。
特殊な装備？
封印扱いになった理由も分かりません。ご存知の通り、旧エルゴ剣絡みや隠蔽の類で資料に紛失が多く、これ以上は。具体的な外見も不明のままです。等身サイズの人型であるとしか。
おいおい掴んでいくしかないな。
Mitsuru-san swipes her finger across the tablet a few times and shows it on it. What? Shows it to an on it.
この3人に協力の要請を。現地で合流したい。
これはよろしいのですか？
あまり物々しい迎えを出すなよ。隊員じゃない者もいる。
Dade nods his assistance and returns to his station. Mitsuru-san then turns her gaze on me.
それとアイギス、正直戦闘も想定される。大丈夫か？
Though Mitsuru-san doesn't say it out loud, I understand what she means. Our highest priority in this operation is to stop the culprit and migrate any associated danger. Not to rescue Elaborus. Of course, we will strive to accomplish both, but in the worst case scenario, we must consider the option to option of destroying libraries. I'm gonna raise a little bit the audio because people really messed up my audio. Destroying a sister unit, it will be a painful experience if she too has a heart.
ご心配ありがとうございます。でも大丈夫です。任務は果たしますから。
Isuro-san says nothing more and silently nods.
では相手の行く先が稲葉市だと確認が取れ次第直ちに出発だ。
May 3rd, 2012. As we get ready to depart for Inaba, Mitsuru-san and I go over last-minute details inside the police station. Mitsuru-san is absorbed with ensuring instructions over the cell phone she is holding. Pessimism sweeps in my heart as I wait. I begin muttering to myself.
見つけられるでしょうか。ラビリス。いえ、姉さんを。
Don't worry.
ん
Mitsuru-san's surprised voice makes me realize how unlike me these doubts are.
救えるでしょうかと本当は聞きたいんじゃないのか。心配するな。電話で秋彦にも言ったがラビリスとは戦う前提じゃない。このシャドウワーカーを立ち上げたのは多くのものを守り救うためだ。必ず見つけ出して連れ戻す。できるさ、私たちならな。
はい。すみませんでした。弱気を口にして。
君のそういう思い、ラビリスに会ったら伝えてやるといい。
はい。
Friends bound by trust are irreplaceable indeed. I hope that libraries will become one as well. Eventually, the preparations are made and our limousine departs on its journey to Inaba. That evening, we are in Inaba now and traveling down Midtown Street. Though it is called Midtown, it's very different from an urban environment. It is quiet, rustic road. The vehicle we are targeting is easily discovered. The transmitter that was attached to it when it left the airport is quickly... Sorry. The transmitter that was attached to it when it left from the airport is, lucky for us, still active. But the vehicle has been abandoned and the cargo is gone as well. To trace it any further, we must learn why the culprit came here specifically. We need to know the details of what happened last year. La 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 la. Though this is already assumed, so we have a plan. Mitsuru-san orders the driver to park nearby. However, this possesses an unexpected problem. Our vehicle is a long black 8-door limousine. It will stand out in the countryside town no matter where it is parked.
みつるさん、私たちの活動は一応秘密任務でありますね。
まあな。
Something like that.
秘密任務では人も車も隠す必要がありますね。
まあな。
みつるさん、前々から言おうと思っていたことを言ってもいいでしょうか。
却下する。
了解であります。
私はな、ただ広さに余裕のある車と言っただけなんだ。
Wherever we go, people peer into the windows out of curiosity. We avoid the public eye as much as possible, and finally park in what it looks like a site for a vehicle disposal on the outskirts of the town.
協力をお願いしていた方がいらっしゃいました。
Hi, Aki. Or not. Then I noticed a middle-aged man in gray suit. Oh, that's Officer Kurosawa. I noticed a middle-aged man in gray suit standing outside of the window. I recognize his face. Oh. Middle-aged man? I'm confused. He's one of the collaborations Mitsuru-san contacted before our departure. I scout over the door and opened the window.
なんと、予定の待ち合わせ場所ではないのに、我々を見つけてしまうとは。
Suddenly, something not unlike exasperation or disappointment appears on his face.
訳を説明した方がいいか。
A cough interrupts us.
ご協力感謝します、黒沢刑事。
Mitsuru-san gets out of the vehicle and swiftly bows. 3 years ago, when we were still fighting shadows in secret, Detective Kurosawa worked as a police officer at a nearby police box. He believed that our interactions were good and supplied us with certain conveniences under the table. His job is risky, but he always acted on behalf of what he believed. Okay, I'm sorry. His job made his job risky. His job made this risky, but he always acted on behalf of what he believed to be just. He said it many times while supporting us in secret. He's a strong man, one who always acts on his beliefs. But now our organization has official government status. Thank you. But now our organizations have official government sanctuation. He can now cooperate with us without being considered a descendant. In fact, now Kurosawa-san prior actions are justified. He's been promoted for his expertise. I have heard he is now a plainclothes detective working at the Central Precinct.
久しぶりだなご令嬢。それにアイギスだったか。
ご無沙汰しています。
Kurosawa-san fixes his eyes on Mitsuru and me. It is faintly awkward. We are both dressed for combat, and I am not wearing any of my clothes to cover my true form.
ああ、悪い。ジロジロ見ちまって。人の形の兵器か。正直ずっと半信半疑だったが、その格好を見せられちゃ信じるしかないな。
すみません。当時はずっと隠していて。
構わんさ。というか、馬鹿正直にそのなりで歩かれても困るしな。
Hearing him saying that, I cannot help but smile.
そうやって笑うと機械とは思えん。
立ち話もなんです。車へどうぞ。
ああ、すまん。久々の再会でつい口数が多くなっちまった。
Mitsuru-san asked Kurosawa-san to collect information of the series of murders case occurred in this town last year. Okay. When background investigations were carried across Japan, and when background investigations were carried out across Japan at the end of 2011, this region showed high readings of shadow activities. But although it was investigated, there were no effects apart of slightly unnatural weather. Then again, what if something happened that was just too hard to detect? Then again, what if something happened that was just too hard to detect? Okay, Mitsuru-san suspects that the serial murder case was related to these shadows and asked Kurosawa-san to have the local police force share their reports. We could have requested them directly, but what we wanted will not be surface information found in the investigation records. There are limits to what an unofficial unit scoped by authority can do without a direct request.
頼まれていた件だが、いろいろ出たぞ。まず去年起きた事件の調書を見てみたが、被疑者の一人にペルソナって言葉を証言したやつがいる。
Yeah, that she can use one. I lock gazes with Mitsura-san.
ではやはり去年この町で起きた事件は。
それ絡みだろうな。だが驚くのは早い。そいつは他にもっと浮世離れしたことを証言してる。
Are you talking about Namatame?
記録を言葉通りに受け取ると、稲葉市一円ではペルソナ能力者はテレビに入れてしまうらしい。
テレビに入るとはどういう意味ですか？
言葉通りだ。画面に体を突っ込んで中に入るってことらしい。中には別の世界だかが広がってて、そこへ落とすのが去年の殺人の真の手口だと証言してる。
常識を書いた話に思えますが、よく警察の記録に残っていましたね。
I think that would be Dojima who did that.
俺も当時の担当刑事を捕まえて同じことを聞いたさ。なんでも調書を取ったのは当時組んでた若い相棒で、そういう話を嫌がらずまめに聞き取ってたらしい。
Or was it Naoto?
変わった方がいらっしゃったのですね。
これが真相なら警察の出る幕はないな。あの堂島って刑事、大した切れ者だ。こんな山でなんとか星上げたってんだからな。
I think he's talking about Tadachi. Kura-san sighs. He seemed to be tired.
さて、俺はそろそろ失礼する。お互い懐かしんでる場合でもないだろう。にしても戦いは終わったと思ってたのに、まったくいつ会ってもお前らには驚かされる。
ありがとうございました。あ、帰りくらい遅らせましょう。
いや結構自分の車がある。ご令嬢のセンスは本庁に理解されないだろうからな。こんなので横付けされた日には定年まで噂になっちまう。
He opens the door and exits the vehicle. He gives a short farewell and leaves without turning
み
back.
つるさん、ピンチです。私たちの社会常識が疑われています。
否定できんな。
この後のことですが。
そうだったな。まずはペルソナ能力者はテレビに入れるというのを試してみる必要がある。
Hearing this makes me realize something. Although I had called it a vehicle disposal, looking around, I can now see there are also household electronics like refrigerator, decorated here as well. In a corner is a stack of
あ
TVs.
そこに廃品ですがテレビが。環境による条件が何もないなら、あれでも試せるはずですね。
I voluntarily get out of the vehicle.
おい、アイギス。
ご心配なく、少し触れてみるだけです。
I extend my right hand and touch the screen of the biggest TV I can see. My fingers brush the glass screen. But although I can see to be touching it, I feel no resistance from its surface. I push my hand forward a little more. A weak light crosses the screen and my forearm sticks into it.
これは
Rings of light spread from the contact of my arm, rippling like water across pond.
驚いたな。本当に言葉通りか。中はどうだ？手触りのようなものはあるか？
特には。いえ、待ってください。
My sensors detect a sensation I've never felt before, but the knowledge of what it is has already been recorded within me.
これは私と同じ。初の接触となるので 100% とは言えませんが、この感じは人格モジュールの反応だと思います。
まさか探しているラビリスはテレビの中にいるということか。
なるほど。楽しめそうじゃないか。
Ayaki. I hear a voice come from an unexpected direction. Isuro-san and I look towards it. What we see is a silhouette wearing a low hood that covers his eyes. And a tattered cape. It blows in the wind, looking just like a character in the Western movie. Oh, okay. He's standing atop a mountain of trash, his arms across.
その声、秋彦なのか？
Yeah, it's him. He jumps down nimbly and walks towards us.
集合場所に現れんと思って探してみれば面白そうなことになってるな。
We'll never forget the man's laughing so fiercely. Like Mitsuru-san, he is a friend I once fought alongside Akihiko Sanada. He was a student boxing champion in his school days, and astonished how powerful even without his persona. True that. He is also our second collaborator on this case.
真田さん、お久しぶりです。
あ
あ。秋彦、その妙な格好は何だ？何をやってきたんだお前は。
武者修行と言っておいたはずだが。
もしかしなくても空港からその姿で来たのか？常識ってものを考えろ。
みつるさん、我々にそれを言う資格は全くないように思われます。
Mitsuru-san sighs in annoyance. Oh yes, Akihiko-san was on a training expedition overseas until this morning. As a result, his appearance is very different on the last time I saw him. But His aggressive personality and love for a challenge seem to be the same as always. He gives a cocky smile and smacks his palm with his fist. Okay.
ともかくだ。そのテレビから中に入れるんだろ。さっさと行くぞ。
相変わらずだな。しかし、まだ中の状況が全くつかめてない。外へ戻る手段も確保する必要があるし。
それがどうした？ラビリスとやらを連れ出すには、どの道誰かが入るしかないんだろ？
それは。
相手はハイジャック騒ぎを起こしてまで、この町のテレビへ投げ入れたんだ。メイドもなく待っていたら、想像もつかない危険にさらされる可能性もある。
Kanada-san steps towards Mitsuru, as if pressing her
今の俺たちは昔とは
and
違
then
う。
pressing her.
プロとしてシャドウとの戦いをあえて選んだはずだ。だからこそ俺は強さを本物にするために世界を回ってきた。なのにいざとなったら尻込みか？自分で掲げた使命だ。俺には覚悟がある。命を懸ける覚悟がな。
Baka. Akihiko-san's opinion is a bit strong, but he is not incorrect. I could be Akihiko-san. It could be Akihiko-san's understands that being slightly forceful to his role. Because Mitsuru-san takes caution seriously as an ultimate authority, in this case, she frequently second guesses herself. But I have seen Akihiko-san words cut through her hesitation in the past. It showed his trust in Mitsuru-san not to make decisions in error.
わかった。少し待っていてくれ。一件連絡を入れてくる。
急げよ。
Cutscene? Yep.
他の隊員は車に残していく。
ああ、全員で突っ込んで何かあったら目も当てられないしな。
それを言うなら私たちも誰か残るべきなんだがな。
残りません。
No! Fuck! I was checking something. I am surrounded by... Okay, I'll do this, okay?
.訳を説明した方がいい。
I'll do this.
頼まれてまず去年。
ではや。
それから記録を言葉通りに受け取る。
特には。これは初の接触。
まさか。
なるほど。
その声。
集合場所にある。
真田さん。
あ
あ。明彦。
ん？
もしかしな。
みつるさん。
ともかくだ。そのテレビから中に。
相変わらず。
それがどうした。
それは
相手はハイジャック詐欺。メイドもなく待っていたら。今の俺たちはだからこそ俺は。なのに自分で掲げたし。急げよ。
Okay, there we go. Although we've seen this one.
他の隊員は車に残していく。
あ、全員で突っ込んで何かあったら目も当てられないしな。
それを言うなら私たちも誰か残るべきなんだがな。
残りません。
この3人で十分だ。一気に肩をつける。問題ない。
相変わらずだな。だが、向こうがどうなっているのかまるでわからない。油断はするな。
はい。
この雰囲気懐かしい感じだな。
行こう。
Nothing strange happens here. Yeah, Naoto was there.
なぜテレビに。どういうことだ。
I am surrounded by a white light that trains most of my sensors to their limits. A portion of my sensors indicate that I am currently in a state similar to free fall. I can tell up from down, from left and right. This continues for a while. Eventually, my functions slowly recover. I find myself inside an unknown room, sitting on the ground. I quickly stand and check my surroundings.
ここは学校の音楽室。
I can see a music stand and a giant I can see a music stand, a grand piano, a blackboard, and portraits. There is an air of over-exaggerated thematics to it, but I may not be far from the truth. In this world inside the TV, after the surreality to enter the TV screen, this comes quite a
みつ
surprise.
るさんと真田さんの姿はなし。別々の地点に着地したということでしょうか。
Yeah, just like everyone else, apparently. Static, what's
ノイズ
that?
がひどいです。これでは連絡も。
I attempt to use my communicator, but there is no response. This looks like an ordinary classroom, but it is alarming amount of radio interference. When I concentrate my sensors again, I detect a bizarre disturbance from the entire area that is unlike normal buildings. This may be another world after all. In any case, I must join up with Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san. But just as I began to make plans to do so, the monitor hanging from the ceiling switches on. What appears on it? How can I describe it? A bizarre figure that looks like a living costume. Hi, Teddy.
見知らぬプリティなベビー発見予定外予定外よ
What? His comical tone does not last long before the voice becomes distorted and the image disappears. It reminded me of a malfunction machine. I think he malfunctioned there, yes. I stare at the monitor. I have a hunch that it will return soon. Just as I thought, the costume appears. But its behavior is very different now.
ケース04目的外の侵入者排除プロセスに入る
Its mechanical sounding voice is completely different from the joking tone had before. And that phrase, elimination process. It seems that the battle will be starting. It seems that a battle will be starting. I released the safeties from the weapons built into my body. That is when a large noise comes from behind me. Yosuke? A young man in a school uniform comes rolling with a yell.
人間
No, it was
すんだよ急に開きやがって道順おかしくねえか
I thought I was being ready for any event, but I had not expected to suddenly encounter a human.
大丈夫ですか？見たところ怪我などはないようですが。
The young man looks back at me with a steady gaze while fixing his bleached hair with his fingers. His behavior does not seem to be what one came to pursuit of me.
なんだ見ねえ顔だな
すみません、申し遅れました。アイギスと言います。
Only then do I remember that my appearance would seem very peculiar to a casual observer.
ああ、私は留学生です。ブルーアイ、ゴールドヘア。ガトリングキャノン。
はあ
すみません、忘れてください。学生向けの釈明スキームを試みましたが無理がありました。
よくわからねえが俺は辰巳幹事だてめえが次の対戦相手ってことか
対戦相手？それはどういう？
あ怠慢に決まってんだろ
戦うという意味ですか？辰巳さんとは初対面で、というかそもそもここはどこなんでしょう？
ちゃごちゃうるせえな。機械のくせによ。
Rude! With a yell, he slams the folding chair in his hands on the ground. A cool metallic sound echoes and eliminates any possibility for talking this over.
てか作り物の分際で名前気安く呼んでんじゃねえぞ、こら
Okay, that was rude, Kanji. I go quiet. A fake girl. I understand how I might elicit such a reaction, but there is pain in my chest. Although I cannot help but smile at how much indistinctly I recognize that way. It seems I still have become more human than I knew.
先輩らが相手じゃちっとやりづれえとも思ったが、作り物が相手なら構うことはねえな。
Thinking with a calm mind, I noticed a small incongruity in his attitude. When he first saw me, he seemed unsure and claimed that he had not seen me before. Yet, though he knows now that I am a machine, he doesn't seem particularly surprised. Aren't those two things contradictory? I focus my senses more and in haste again on my sensors. I detect a faint interference. Because it had happened uniformly all across my sensors, I hadn't been aware of it. What is this?
来ねんならセンターいただくぜ。だらー竹三和ち。
It's his persona, yeah.
ペルソナ？
The light flickers intermittently. Could that be electricity? Yes, this persona is electric. A thick barrel-like arm charged with voltage approaches above me. I jump back and narrowly escape the crushing blow.
かわしやがったか。少しはやるみてえじゃねえか。あ？
A persona user, I was careless. I should have expected that possibility. Since I entered inside the TV. I do not know the procedure for the attacking human, but he's a persona user. I must defend myself with the usual arrangements.
やむを得ません。私はここで倒れるわけにはいきません。
Round final. Fight!
一方的。 しっかりしてください、辰巳さん。
I hope Tatsumi-san up off the ground and call him to him. After repeating myself several times, I hear a groan.
くそいっておおゆすんじゃねえよ。
すみません、立てないようでしたら抱えます。
I pick up Tatsumi-san, who is still lying down with both arms.
うわおめ何気に腕っぷしあんな。じゃねえよ。何はずい抱え方してんだよ。これはお前
おひなさま抱っこ。
ちげえよ。おひな様とお姫様おめえ。
I guess is carrying him like a princess.
あれ意味は一緒か。
辰巳さん、全然大丈夫そうでありますね。
だからそう言ってんだろうが。てか辰巳さんつうのやめろ。背中が痒くなんだよ。漢字でいい。
幹事さん、そう呼んでよろしいのですか。私は作り物ですが。
何の話だそりゃ。俺がいいっつってんだからいいんだよ。つか早く下ろせって。
When I put Kanji-san down, as requested, he turned his back and repeatedly scratches his head. I feel like as if his demeanor has changed compared how he was before the fight. His loud voice and rough words are the same, but the sense that he will not listen to a word I say is gone. I feel that I can make myself understood now.
では幹事さん、改めて教えてください。ここはどこなのですか。対戦とは一体。
おめえ熊子が用意した敵キャラじゃねえのかよ。
I got an email that I need to check. Excuse me for a moment. Hi, Miku. I'm sorry, just need to check this email. Shoot. No. That's not what I wanted. No, not the website that I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. Where is it? Huh. Okay. My controller was finally sent. Okay. Sorry about that.
熊子もしかしてモニターに映った
こいつは格闘大会。勝った方しか先へは進めねえ。今回は俺の負けだ。まあ仕方ねえ。勝負の世界ってのは厳しいもんだ。
真田さんっぽいであります。
あ？
こちらの話です。
なかなかいいパンチだったぜ。ガツンときた。
パンチ？私はパンチなど一度も。
Yes, you
け
did.
どな、先で待つ先輩らはこうはいかねえぜ。
先にも誰かいるんですか？人数は。
Kanji smiles dauntlessly and gives me a thumbs up. I don't really understand why, but I give him a thumbs up as well. Good job. Then Kanji-kun kneels over. I rush to catch him. When I look at him, his face, he is still smirking, but he has passed out. It seems he was fighting through his fatigue for the sake of his pride. He doesn't seem to be injured, so I carefully set him back down on the floor. Suddenly, that costume Kanji-san called Ted appears on the monitor.
侵入者はペルソナ能力者。排除困難により排除対象から正規ターゲットへ移行。
It's using that mechanical tone voice again. The intruders must be me and the others. Since I won't be easy on eliminated, it appears that he is changing tactics. But what could he mean by valid targets? The monitor screen turns off once again. Just like before, it flickers back on after a few seconds. It's the same face as before, but a completely different attitude.
うわっふー、プリチなベイビーちゃん、飛び入り三角マンに戦う気ありありならクマ大歓迎よ。次の試合場で待っているクマ。
This is more how he sounded at the beginning. He's gone back to normal, or at least recovered from the abnormality.
そうだ、 飛び入りじゃクマのこと知らんクマね。おふん。クマはクマ相当だクマ。よーく覚えときんさい。
General Teddy, apparently he is really a teddy bear. He doesn't seem like one, but a number of things he said caught my attention. Joining in our fun and arena. Joining in now for our fun and arena. These are in line with the tournament Kanji-san mentioned. In this tournament being held here? Is this tournament being held here? But the monitor is silent once again and does not return. I do not think I will make any progress if I remain here. I poke my head through the door where Kanji appeared to be checked. I poke my head through the door. I poke my head through the door where Kanji-san appeared to check my surroundings. But it looks like a school hallway leads straight ahead. There appears to be no danger nearby. I managed to hoist Miku! But it looks like a school hallway straight ahead. There appears to be no danger nearby. I managed to hoist Kanji's body over my shoulder and try to leave the room.
これは
Something gets stuck and prevents me from proceeding. I stop and check, but I cannot see any obstructions. He's gonna break his feet one day. Both of the sliding doors fell off, and Kanji-san came to. And Kanji-san in, and the way is completely open. It should be wide enough for me to pass through ease, even with a person over my shoulder. Hold on. He wants attention now. Oi. about that. Yet I cannot proceed. Something is getting stuck. I slow my walking speed and check to see what part of me is getting stuck. Hot. That is how I discovered something surprising. Nothing is blocking the way, yet only Kanji-san's body cannot pass through the door. It seems there is an invisible wall. One that is selective and prevents only Kanji-san's passage between the room and the hallway. Something Kanji-san says came back to me. Only the winners can keep going. Is this what he meant? I increased the sensitivity of my various sensors, but I cannot detect any wall here. I have no way of destroying what I cannot touch. Which means I have no choice but to leave Kanji-san here.
仕方ありません。後で必ず迎えに来ます。それまでどうかご無事で。
When he comes around, he's still a Persona user. It is not as if I'm leaving someone behind who cannot fend for himself. I reluctantly convince myself to move on. While moving down the hallway, my sensors continue to pick up disturbances from everything in the school. It all looks normal though. There is a line of glass windows on the wall outside. I'm sorry. There is a line of glass windows on the wall outside is a field level with the ground I am walking on. I seem to be on the first floor of the building. Eventually, I reach a doorway and cautiously venture outside. There is barely any difference in temperature or atmospheric. There is barely any difference temperature of atmospheric composition compared to the real world. But the lack of wind is unnatural, and there are other discrepancies between here and there. I turn around and inspect the building exterior. This is indeed a school. I walk around the wall and go around the building. Soon I reach what it seems to be the main gate. I turn towards the school building once again and come to a
この
realization.
景色。
I have seen a photo from this angle in the preparation materials. As I recall, this is a high school in Inaba. To make sure I step past the school gate and check in the nameplate. The name engraved in this gate's pillars are Yasogami High School. I cross-reference the name with a map of the area and find a match. This is confusing. A real-world location has been completely recreated inside the TV. Why is it structured like nesting boxes? Just then, I sensed something move in the corner of my vision. I quickly turned to view it head on. It is an uniformed girl. Is it Chie? She is running straight towards the opposite direction of the field. Is she a student? No, this is not a real school. Would she be one of the senpai Kanji spoke of? But moments through heights are important details. Her pale skin and hair color, pale. Okay, this is Labrys. Maybe?
あれは
There can be no mistake. This is the girl I saw a moment ago on the airport after the hijacking. I immediately chased after her. But the girl is much faster than I can anticipate, and I cannot close to the distance. I release a portion on my foot speed limiters and finally get close, until I am able to grasp her right from behind. Bang! No?
Huh?
Yeah, Labrys. The girl stops and turns around. There is a surprise on her face, and she stares with widened eyes, wonder at my form, though I'm surprised myself. The instant I take her hand, a flash of interruption charges through me like electricity. This girl is Labrys. I am uncomfortably convinced.
あんた誰？えらい珍しい格好してはるけど。あ、私は。わかった。あんたもあのバカ騒ぎに加わってはるんやね。
Racket? What does she mean? Does she mean the tournament?
いえ、私は自分から参加したわけでは。そうなん？せやったら話してくれる？生徒会長としてこないな騒ぎほっとけへんのよ。生徒会長？話して言うてるやろ。うちの仕事邪魔しに来はったん？
The girl looks at me with an irritated expression. How strange. She speaks as if she is leading an ordinary life here at school. If she was aware if she was aware that she was inside the TV, would she say much thanks to me.
ここがどういう場所か知っていたら教えてもらえませんか？
どういうって教室棟の1階やない。見たらわかるやろ。
あなたはもしかしてテレビに入った時のことを。
テレビ？何言うてはるんかよくわからへんけど、うち急いでるねん。もう行って
なら一つだけ教えてください。あなたは誰ですか？
誰ってそれも知らんと呼び止めたん？生徒会長言うたやないの。つい先週の選挙で決まったとこやのに、なんで知らへんのかな。もうええやろ、うち行くで。
The girl ends the conversation and thoroughly shakes off my hand and runs away. In an instant, she was disappointed. In an instant, she had disappeared into the school building.
待ってください。
I go after her, but just as I enter the hallway and round the first bend, something blocks my path. But I can't see what it is at all. I can't see it yet. I can reach out my hand and feel it. I can feel it. I think I know what this is.
またあの壁。
The invisible wall prevents Kanji's passages. It's most likely the same thing. Once again, I am surprised. Hold on. I can touch it, and yet my sensors detect nothing. And it's much stronger than I had imagined. It repels even gunfire. Physical skills are nothing. I attempt various methods to destroy it, but before I can, the girl appears from view.
他のルートを試すしかないようですね。
Olha, eu vou tentar falar um bocadinho, pode ser? Só um bocadinho. Vem? I consider the situation once more. Was that girl truly Leberus? There are too many factors now to indicate otherwise. Her appearance and the feel on her arm I grasped for a moment ago. Both are strong signs that she is human. If she is entirely artificial, then she could not be part of an older generation of models than myself. Her sparkling voice and behavior are both indicators of known human patterns. According to the records Leberus develops, he was stealed away soon after. Even I stumbled natural human speech. She could not have become that proficient in so short of time. She is not a machine but a human, so she cannot be Leberus. Usually I would not hesitate to make such judgment based on the available data. Yet I still cannot shake the feeling that she may be Leberus. That intuition I felt earlier. What caused it? This case remains murky. I feel as if my senses are being muffled by a thin cloth, but I cannot leave her be. Even if she's not Leberus, the fact is, even if she's not Leberus, that fact itself means she's in danger. I quickly look for an alternative route. Okay. Yes. I backtrack the way I came and run outside. Suddenly I am enveloped by a tidal wave of sound. These sounds are human voices. The cheering comes from an enormous crowd. I turn around and a thick mass of people run towards me out of nowhere. They are boys and girls in school uniforms. It is clear that everyone is looking at me.
そんな、これは一体。
What could this mean? How did I fall to detect so many humans? How did I fail to detect so many humans? But then I notice it. There is a white noise running through all my sensors. It is the same feeling that I had before fighting Kanji-san. What is it? What is this? As I stand in here through the students closing, as I stand in thought, the students closing in on me. I ask what business they have with me, but the uproar draws out my voice. I cannot attack them, so I have no choice but to edge backwards till my back is against the wall. I look around for an escape route. Luckily, there is a door beside me. I hurry inside to find shelter. The room I have entered appears to be spacious. It is dark here, but I believe this is the gymnasium. Here and there, floating chairs and the gym equipped are piled in heaps. It looks like the result of some strange ritual. Suddenly, a light shines in the corner. Upon a closer inspection, I see a monitor showing something. It is airing some familiar faces. Oh, haven't seen this one, have I?
ライバル、それは強敵と書いて友と読む。高校生同士の決死の格闘番組。新たな伝説が今幕を開ける。可愛い七子は誰にも渡さん。鋼のセスコン番長鳴神優。
当然です。
錆びれた田舎を踏み台に大英雄に俺はなる。キャプテン・ブ・サンシマン花村陽介。退屈なものは全部ぶっ壊す。女を捨てた肉食獣。男勝りの足技系ドラゴン里中千恵。
肉を食べなさい、肉を。
私をリングに連れてって難攻不落の黒雪姫天城由紀子。
一撃で仕留める。
バラと肉体の狂い咲き戦慄のガチムチ皇帝辰巳寛治。もっと奥まで突入。見た目は子供頭脳は化け物 IQ2000 の KY 探偵白金直人。
バカ軍団ですか。
戦えたった一つの生き残りの座をかけて激闘 P1 グランプリ今宵開戦。
I am not sure what to say about that video. It seems to be modeled after promotional videos for martial arts tournaments. I noticed appearance by Kanji and the host General Teddy. The other people shown must also be participants. It is safe to assume that they are all Persona users. As if watching my reactions would from somewhere, General Teddy appears on the monitor, replacing the video.
チーム本格参戦しちゃうくまね。ようそろ皆の衆飛び入り参戦くまよ。
Without warning, there is a loud sound. The doors in every direction open at once. Excited students pour in, cheering and yelling. Before I know it, I am summoned by people with no means of escape. General Teddy grins at my situation and raises his sturdy arm.
では対戦者出てこいくま。
spotlight shines on a spot where the crowd apart. Where the crowd parts. A female student can be seen. She has short hair and wears a jacket. She looks very athletic. That's Chie. I recognize her face from the video. Her name was Shia Satonaka. She steps in front of me, bouncing foot to foot.
そちらさん、飛び入りなんだって？いいっすよ。受けて立とうじゃん。
As she finishes her speech, she takes a fight stance. Just then, a glimmering silhouette appears from behind her. It is another persona. Chie-san extends her hand, palm facing the monitor, with her fingers taunting me.
やる気満々クマね。
This is strange. Chie-san witness Chie-san willingness to fight is odd enough, but even stranger are the students in the crowd. Even when a persona comes up close, they show no signs of alarm. Come to think of it, how did I get there? How did they get there? I cannot believe that they are all persona users. But even if they were, would they be so excited over such brutality? While stuck in a mysterious world filled with potential danger? That does not seem likely. Perhaps my basic assumptions are faulty? Could they like these buildings be unreal? I cannot jump into conclusions, but I decide to take the offensive. I turn to the monitor. General Teddy is bouncing up and down gleefully.
一つ条件があります。
Interesting, he answered me. I can hold a conversation with him. Which means he can see and hear me.
周りの学生たちを今すぐ解放してください。学校内から、いえ、この異空間から全員無事に。そうしてもらえるなら、あなたのお膳立てに乗って戦いましょう。
このクマ相当に注文つけるわけ？人様の心配よりまず自分の心配したらどうクマ？
彼らの安全が約束されない限り、私は戦いません。
I glare at General Teddy through the monitor. I didn't want to involve the students, but I have an idea.
まったく、わがままっこクマね。
He snaps his sturdy fingers. The room instantly fills with light. But why is it black? I warm myself against the covering my eyes. A few seconds later, the brightness fades to normal as my eye adjusts to see the students have vanished.
It's illusion! さあ、これで望み通りクマ。
The general smiles proudly. My guess was correct. If the students were fake, it is easier for him to remove them. If the students were fake, it is easier for him to remove them than to talk to me, me into fighting. As a result, my sensors detect the moment when the students disappear all at once. The only human left here is Chie-san. Looking around, it seems that not everything disappeared. Human-like figures remain in the shadow of where the students were burned in the scenery. Into the scenery. There were several about the gymnasium. Their readings are similar to shadows, but they show no signs of hostility. So these are the true forms of those students. They have been unmasked.
本当にもうクマにお願いできる立場じゃないクマよ。真剣勝負じゃないと面白くないから特別サービスしただけクマ。君が無抵抗中ったって相手は攻めてくるし、そしたら結局負けに向かって一直線クマよ。
つうかあのままお客がいたって実際んとこ殴られたら反撃したっしょ。
いいえ、人々の安全が絶対に優先です。
へえ、かっこいいな自己犠牲。でも機械の自己犠牲は安いよね。壊れても直せちゃうもん。あ、そっか。機械なんだから自己犠牲じゃなくて当然の判断って感じ？痛みとか感じないっぽいしね。形が人間みたいだからそう思えただけか。
理解してもらえないかもしれませんが、私も痛みは感じます。
そうなんだ。変なの。おかしくない？兵器が痛みを感じるとか人間そっくりとかさ。
それは。
As I struggle to answer, Chie-san smiles wide.
まあ、こっちは気兼ねなく戦えていいけどさ。
Her smile disappears and her eyes spark with fire as she launches herself at me. I would rather not fight her, but she is a persona user. I clench my teeth and make myself ready to intercept her.
やむを得ません。
I think I will just have this battle and I will end for today. How long have I been streaming? Yeah, almost 2 hours. I kinda have to finish my full work so I can deliver.
Round final. Fight!
このまま勝利に持ち込めるか。
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I don't know, I am hungry. I have schoolwork to do and have to check Genshin Impact as well. But that said, sorry it felt like it was short, but I really gotta eat something. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.